there's a lot of questions left unanswered. Much like with the Charlie Kirk case, this is a case that doesn't get anywhere near the attention that it deserves. But I think it definitely plays a role, an outsized role, if you will, in terms of the state of Israel and why, if we do not collectively work together, we are always going to be one nation under blackmail, as the saying.
Well, and we can talk about this because I am not so convinced about the link between this and the genocidal entity.
Here's Candace.
The position that something is very wrong with Butler. And whatever it is that is wrong with Butler, it may go a very long way in terms of explaining what is wrong with Trump, what went wrong with Trump, because we have two options here, okay? If you almost get assassinated and you do not fire the Secret Service agents that failed to protect you on that day, they moved you off the stage, but certainly failed to protect you on that day, and see somebody on the rooftop. And then beyond that, you determine that you are satisfied with the investigation and you allow lies to come out about the investigation, or lies to remain about the investigation, saying that the person who allegedly fired the shots had no social media background. And then you withhold information from the public. We only have two options to consider. The first thing is that the entire thing was staged and Trump was involved.
Yeah, which is basic. Okay, and when she says Trump involved, I don't know about that, because I definitely have thoughts about his mental incapacity, but definitely Trump camp, Trump people, Trump, planners, all that within his inner circle involved. Absolutely. This was planned. It was planned. I said it then. I've said it all along. I'll say it now. That wasn't real. It wasn't real. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of questions left unanswered.
Trump knew it was going to happen, and he allowed the entire assassination attempt to take place, thereby thrusting him into this category where all of us went, oh, there must have been a reason that God saved him. I'm not inclined to believe that option, okay? The second option is that it was a real assassination attempt. It actually had nothing to do with the person that it was blamed on. And Trump did escape with his life, and it was a warning. Do not ever do, whatever it is, like a gangster sort of warning. And I am inclined to believe that that is what happened. This would completely transform Trump. It would make him obey. It's like a gangster. Basically, you take money from a gangster, you take hundreds of millions of dollars from a gangster, they fire a warning shot, maybe because, you willy-nilly said in front of Charlie Kirk and Andrew Colvett that you were going to take somebody's money and then F them over, not knowing that information got back to some people. And you escaped with your life. And after that, you just did whatever these people said.
Thoughts, Jen?
Well, I've been saying from the beginning, I think this is an op. And as far as people buying into it, people are going to believe whatever they want to believe. They needed to make him look more heroic. And that's always good PR move. Always good PR move. So that's what they were thinking. I mean, what else is there to say? The way the photo op was staged, the way all of it was done. I said in the very beginning with this, the fact that the Secret Service didn't check rooftops, that's just silly. That's really silly. Yes, it was. Oh, I don't mean that it didn't happen. Oh, I know that it happened and somebody got dead. I am very aware of that. What I'm saying is that there was never a threat to Trump. They don't care who's collateral damage. That's irrelevant.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
That doesn't even get taken into consideration.
Oh, I agree.
I'm just thinking here because I believe Tucker is telling the truth. And Dan's entire face and demeanor and panic and yelling and threatening to fight signals to me that Tucker is telling the truth, that Tucker told him on the phone that it was Trump himself that shut down this investigation. Okay. That is what is being reflected to me in the worst poker face that I've ever seen in Dan Bongino. He can't even think rationally. He's just angry and wants to fight because he's been exposed. Okay.
And what has Dan Bongino been up to this weekend, Jen? It's funny you should ask, Dan
Paul
Bongino,
asking about Dan Bongino, that
Dan
little
Bongino was busy doing a
micro-penis.
sit-down interview with Ed Galrine. Can't make this up. So what is Candace referring to when she's talking about Tucker Carlson? So Tucker Carlson sat down with this gentleman whose name I was not able to get, but hopefully somebody in the chat can refer to this person who is of the mind that there may have been some MK Ultra type stuff going on here in Butler.
He leaves, he goes to New Jersey with the local doctor. What happens to Crooks's body?
That's a great question. Crooks's body was actually left on the rooftop until 6 a.m. the next morning. And instead of taking him to the Butler County coroner, he shipped to Allegheny County. I guess we've gotten conflicting explanations. I guess Allegheny County is where Pittsburgh is. They have more advanced facilities. But then I also heard they took Corey Comparatore's body to Allegheny County because the press was at the Butler County coroner's office, and they wanted to avoid the press attention.
Crooks was shot once, correct?
I think the local cop hit him.
First?
Yeah, I definitely think the local cop hit him because you keep in mind, Crooks stopped shooting after the local cop fired. There's some speculation that Aaron Zalaponi might have hit the buttstock of the gun and shattered it. But the thing is that the x-ray of Crooks shows that there's bullet fragments still in his shoulder. And ballistics experts have told me that 300 Win Mag final shot wouldn't have fragmented like that. The Secret Service's 300 Win Mag round went through Crooks's neck, out, back in the shoulder, then it fragments into two pieces and makes two re-exit wounds. They actually recovered those fragments. It's this material in the shoulder that was left in there. Actually, the body was released for cremation with the fragments still in the shoulder, which seems like a mishandling of evidence, but what do I know?
You're noticing a little too much.
If you get too close to the fire, shit's going to go down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you think that that's suspicious, this is even worse.
How quickly after this event was his body cremated?
I believe it was released for cremation a week or two after, and we didn't find out about this until Representative Clay Higgins went to go look at the body, and they said, well, Mr. Higgins, the body doesn't exist. They gave it to the funeral home.
How convenient. See, and this is right up there with the fact that Charlie Kirk there's not been an autopsy released. It's the same kind of nonsense. They do a very bad job of looking like there's nothing to see.
You would think after all these years that their clandestine operations would become more refined, that they would be less susceptible to obvious circumstances. They're really bad at this, unless it's deliberate. What do you attribute?
I honestly, it's bizarre to me that they're still talking about stuff that we can just clearly see is bullshit. I don't know.
How would you assess the thoroughness of the autopsy?
Well, the medical examiner who did the autopsy insists that Aaron Zalaponi didn't hit Crooks, which I just think all the evidence points to the contrary. Not only the bullet fragments, but reason would dictate that the shot did something because he stopped shooting after Zalaponi fired. So there's that. There's the releasing the body, I would argue prematurely. But the biggest question I have is about this toxicology report, which I obtained, which, by the way, obtaining this report was kind of a, interesting story, at least to me in itself, because this was kind of my first big scoop in late 2024 when I got these documents. When I found out that the body was taken to Allegheny County, I requested it from them, and they said, well, we did the autopsy and the toxicology, but this is Butler County jurisdiction. I then asked Butler County for it, and they denied it too. It was almost like they're pointing at each other, playing shell games with the evidence. I went through a couple month long legal battle to get these documents, and then actually got them in early October and put them up on our website, Headline USA. So that was a big scoop, but I didn't think much of the documents. Like, they didn't really seem to show any scandal to me at first until a Twitter sleuth notified me a couple months later and said, have you looked at this toxicology report? It seems incomplete. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So the medical examiner, Ariel Goldschmidt, collected 8 specimens from Thomas Crooks, 4 tubes of heart blood, a tube of urine, some eye fluid, bile, and then an envelope of hair. And now these are numbered 1 through 8. And now if you look at the findings, you have the heart blood, 1, 2, and then it's 4, 5, and 6. But there's 3 specimens that Goldschmidt, the medical examiner, collected and either didn't test or didn't include in the report. That's the bile, 1 tube of blood, and the envelope of hair. So I don't know what to make of it again, but these samples, you could argue they would have shown evidence of some kind of perhaps psychotropic drug use. I don't know.
Anytime you're doing an autopsy and evidence is withheld, it means, by definition, that there is a cover-up in play.
Yes, that's the whole point. That's why I never believed any of this in the first place. Because it's ridiculous.
Now, what conclusion this comes to, I don't know. But eventually, everything kind of comes out. And whether it's a race against time, I don't know. But you said from the very beginning that this doesn't add up. This looks like a staged event.
Yes.
The whole thing with the
fake ear.
The bandage on the ear, and then the next thing you know, it's gone. Cartilage does not heal that quickly. Whatever it is, we're either being played for fools, or at least they're trying to, or something much more sinister is at play. If there is one thing we can say with absolute certainty, there is a cover-up, not just to Charlie Kirk's assassination, but to Dylan Brooks's assassination, or killing, I should say, in lieu of the supposed Trump assassination attempt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're both of the mind that whatever it was, it's not what they're telling us it is.